Yo, what's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video on the channel. Today, I'm going to be showing you guys my listed branded DESPIA deck profile. Before we get into it, if you guys could drop a like on this video, drop a comment, really appreciate it. Helps out the channel a lot. We're trying to grow. New Yugi tuber up on the upcome grind, whatever it is. I don't know, this and that, here and there, whoop de whoop. Anyway, let's hop right into the deck profile. I'll explain to you guys some of the choices. Yeah, so 3 Aluber, of course, this is a starter. You want to normal summon this card, but honestly, bro, I found like going second, if you hard draw Fallen of Albaz, this card is a board breaker, bro. Like I like sometimes I'll literally just normal summon Fallen of Albaz in the right situation if I can. Like Dark Ruler, normal summon Fallen of Albaz is kind of nice. Obviously not against tier, but you know. So yeah, Aluber starter. If I have branded opening, I'm usually searching lost, but it's all right. We'll go into tragedy. I'm considering cutting this down to one because off of branded fusion, I always go for the Albion play, sending Lubellion and Albaz to the graveyard. So having tragedy. I mean, I like having tragedy because if you do, I mean, there's some situations where you don't need to go for the Lubellion play. I'm talking about this Lubellion. There's so many Lubellions and Albions and everything in this deck. It gets kind of confusing, but I'm considering cutting tragedy down to one. But the reason I haven't yet is because the second effect of tragedy to banish and set a branded spell trap from my graveyard to my side of the field. So I haven't cut it because of that. This card just has a lot of utility and I like it. And then ad libitum is a card that I recently added because it wasn't in the deck for some reason. Even though it definitely should be, because you need another search off of tragedy. If you already have a Luber and everything rolling, you want to search ad libitum, and then ad libitum obviously summon back Mirror Jade and things like that. So that's why ad lib's there. Theater is just another thing to grab besides branded fusion. Like if you already have branded fusion and you have a Luber, you want to search the field spell, and then once you do search the field spell, like later in the game or even sometimes turn one, like it's a continuous poly, so you always have poly. And then if a non-fusion fairy leaves the field, you can reborn fusion. So I think it's pretty good, bro. I think the field spell is pretty good. I like playing it at one. We'll continue to test. Obviously, three of the best cards in the deck. Branded Fusion doesn't need to be explained. Brandon Red is going down to one because of the shufflebacks. The shufflebacks are just crazy, bro. Like the Bystials too, like whatever you target, it could get like sniped out of grave, and Brandon Red just becomes completely dead. So that's why we're playing it at one, and you don't need more than one. If you draw it, it's kind of a brick. So you want to just set it off of Albion, whatever. Even though I find myself not doing that. Branded Lost. This is probably the number one thing I search off of a Luber if I don't have Branded Fusion. Over the theater. Theater is like a turn two or three search. But Branded Lost. If I have Branded Fusion in my hand and a Luber, I'm normal summon a Luber, search for Branded Lost, activate Branded Fusion, and then we go Chain Link 1, Chain Link 2 Lost, and then we search ourselves usually a Merc or we search ourselves the Albion the Shrouded Dragon. And speaking of Albion the Shrouded Dragon, we'll move on. You guys know what Lost does. It's crazy. We'll move on to Branded Opening. I just recently threw this one of in the deck. I don't like having it because like drawing this in twos is really bad. Like you don't want to draw two of this really at all. Um, I just put the one in, bro, because I was honestly missing the graveyard effect to protect. Like that comes up a decent amount. And if you go Albion the Shrouded Dragon, the first time you're always probably gonna send Retribution, because Retribution you can banish it and add back a card from your graveyard to your hand, a branded spell trap from your graveyard to your hand. But if you Albion the second time, you need another good thing to send, like branded openings to have like some protection in the graveyard. So that's why I threw the one of in there. I was kind of missing the protection effect. But even if you don't, like even if you draw it, it's not bad. Like even if you draw it, it's literally just branded fusion. So that's why it's not bad to draw, and you need another thing to send to the graveyard off of not Artesia, but Albion the Shrouded Dragon. So that's why that's in there at one. And then branded retribution to always send this off of the Shrouded Dragon or even Sorinir send this. It's just crazy because you can add back Branded Fusion, you can add back Branded Beast, you can add back any of your spell and traps. And then Branded Banishment is what I've usually been going for over the Branded Red because you can target a level no, target a Despia monster or one level 8 or higher fusion monster in your graveyard, special summon it, then you can apply this effect. Fusion summon one level 8 or higher fusion monster from your extra deck by banishing materials listed from either field. So you just play this against tier, and if they don't have a shuffleback or a Bystial to snipe whatever you're targeting out of grave, it just gets so bad for them because like you take their Kit Kalos or whatever, this and that, and then you make a Dragos with it or whatever. Like banishment is just crazy because it banishes the cards, doesn't send them to grave, so that's why that card's crazy. And then three, Fallen of Albaz, because these games that I be playing with this deck are kind of grindy. So Fallen of Albaz at three, I think you definitely need it. And then like drawing is not even bad, bro. Like if Branded Fusion gets negated and you draw this, and if you have like Patchwork or something, Poly, or even the Field Spell, you can still make Albion. You can still get to Mirror Jade. So I like having Fallen of Albaz, and I don't mind drawing it either. Like I really don't mind drawing it. Blazing Cartesia is something you can search off of Branded Lost, and I've been testing this out. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I play this card to make this Mysterion Dragon. Cannot be fusion summoned if a monster uses the activated effect to special summon itself or a monster with the same original type. You can target one of those special summon monsters, banish that monster, also banish all monsters from the field. No, yeah, it's way better than that. Okay, so Cali, shout out to Cali Effect, bro. He was playing this card in his deck. It's really good against tier. I haven't played against a whole bunch of tier. Even when the games that I did play against tier, this hasn't come up, but I can see how it could come up. If a monster uses activated effect, special summon itself, or a monster with the same original type, Aqua, you can target one of those special summon monsters, banish that monster, also banish all monsters from the field with that same original type. So it basically just nukes tiers board and banishes all their tiers, whatever. So that's why I'm playing the Blazing Cartesia. Also, you can do this on their turn because it's a quick effect. You can quick effect fusion summon. Um, but I like the Cartesia, bro. The Cartesia is cool. If you have Fallen of Albaz or it is in your graveyard, you can special summon it from your hand. So that's decent. And also, if a fusion monster is sent to the grave, it's the same as Ecclesia. If the fusion monster is sent to the grave, you can add it back to your hand during the end phase. So I like having like the recursion effect. Just more monsters in hand for something like Chimera or something like that. And also a spellcaster and a dragon makes the Mysterion. So that's why that's in there. And like I said, it hasn't come up crazy, but when it does come up, I'm sure it's going to be really, really good. And then, like I said, you can search this and stuff. Albion, you guys know, search off of Branded Lost. It's just crazy. Edge Chain, I need to move this to right here so it looks cleaner. We'll get to the chain in a second. So we got Tri Brigade Mercurier, also another thing you can search off Lost. It's a negate in the hand if you control a fusion that mentions Fallen of Albaz. Spriggan's kit is actually really, really good, bro. Like, I should bump this up to more than one, but Spriggan's kit's actually stupid nice. So if you have a fusion monster that mentions Fallen of Albaz as material on your field or in your graveyard, you can special summon it. So it's just a free special summon. And then if this card is normal special summon, you can add one branded spell trap that is banished or in your deck or in your graveyard. So you can get a branded spell and trap from anywhere. So you do have to have a monster that or a fusion monster that mentions Fallen of Albaz on the field or grave. So it's not like an easy starter like Aluber, but it is a better in a sense to where you can get back anything from anywhere. Like if it's grind game and they banished one of your key cards or something like that, you can add it back. So that's I've been really liking Spriggan's kit. Like when I draw Spriggan's kit, it's nice and I've been liking it. And then we still play the chain package, chain, patchwork, poly, three chain, two patchwork, three poly. So yeah, there's not really much to explain about that. Just fusion material, bodies, you guys know, resources. And then we got the Bestial package here. So Bestial Lubellion is at 2 because we always send the first one off of Branded Fusion, 2 Druid Worm, 2 Magnuma, 2 Soronir. I don't know, bro. I kind of want to play more Bestials, but this deck list is extremely tight. I could make it 43 and play like another Soronir because Soronir is really good in this deck. Magnamut obviously can search Fallen of Albaz, which is really cool. So that's something that you can do. When Soronir is sent to the graveyard, it can send like a Retribution. It can send a opening if you already have Retribution, or if you need something to grab off Retribution, you can send literally any one of your branded spell traps and then add it back to your hand. So that's why Soronir is crazy. That's why if I wanted to add another Bestial, it would probably be another Soronir because Soronir is just that good in this deck. And then we play the Regained and we play the Branded Beast. Um, Off of Lubellion, when I bring it out, I'm probably bringing out the Regained off of it at first and not the trap because the trap, I can literally just set the trap with Albion. Like a lot of the times I'll set the trap with Albion and not even set like my Brandon and Red or whatever. Setting Branded Beast is really nice, and then you can always, like you guys know, it's a branded spell trap, so you can add it back with everything. Like everything, like you can add it back with Tragedy, you can add it back with Retribution. There's a lot of things you can add. You can add it back with Spriggan's kit. There's a lot of things you can do with it. So I think playing the trap card in this specific deck is definitely worth it. I know some people aren't playing the trap when they play the Bystials and stuff like that, but in this deck, I definitely think it's worth it. It's just an extra interruption every turn, and it recycles. So this card, during the end phase, you can target one branded continuous spell trap in your graveyard. Place it face up on your field. What's a branded continuous spell and trap card? Branded Lost. Oh, Branded Lost. Not just regain, but also Branded Lost. You can re-put back to your side of the field, which is nuts. So that's why I think playing the trap in this deck is worth it. And then we have 3 Dark Ruler No More. This is going to be a lot better next format, post Photon Hypernova, when everyone's playing Kashtira and stuff like that. But Dark Ruler No More is still just a generically good card. I like it a lot. It's good against Sprite. It's good against all the rogue decks, really. Not the best against tier, you guys know that, but it can be decent against tier, like, stopping a Rukalos or something, or even a, I don't know what they end on really. You guys know I played tier for a minute, but I know they end on like Rukalos, Elf, like I don't know. But they usually have the trap to negate. So Dark Ruler No More is not the best against them, but we do have the Bystials for tier, and we also have the banishment if we go first. So it is what it is. I like Dark Ruler, but like I said, next format, Dark Ruler is going to become a lot better. A lot more people are going to be playing Dark Ruler, so that's why I put that in there. And then moving on to the side deck, we got Gamma. It's just definitely probably the best hand trap right now, I think, in my opinion. Gamma is just ridiculous. And then I have evenly matched freaking Cooks, bro. Cooks tier, Cooks any deck, bro. Cooks my deck. Cooks this deck badly, bro. Because this deck doesn't have like Omni negates. So if you if this is a mirror match, bro, and I draw evenly, this happened in my game I played recently, bro. Oh man, we were playing a mirror match and I drew double evenly matched. I didn't even have to use the second one, but evenly matched just cooks this deck right here. So evenly matched is really good. Cooks tier. Lightning Storm, if you're playing against Sprite, you go Dark Ruler Lightning Storm, GG, or Dark Ruler Evenly, GG. And then we got Evenly as well, or not Evenly, Imperm. Imperm is probably the second best hand trap besides Gamma, may even be tied with Gamma. And then we got the Necro World Banshee and Zombie World for the Flu matchup. And these are all also good, all also good against Flu. Like Dark Ruler No More is good against Flu. Uh, every card in my side deck is good against Flu and good against Sprite and good against my own deck and decent against tier. Okay, because everything's like kind of decent against tier. But yeah, so I just put in the Zombie World Banshee combo right here. Obviously, you go Branded Fusion, send Banshee. And then we'll go over the extra deck really quick. We got one Quiritis because you play the Despias, so you want to play at least one and two, like at least one and two of these. Like I was thinking about another Masquerade, but it just doesn't really come up that much. But there is times where you do make Masquerade and it comes up. My opponent was under Masquerade recently, and he actually killed himself because he just forgot about Masquerade. But I let it slide. I was like, if you do that, you die. So you can take it back if you want, but if you do that, you die. And then we got 2 Albion. I don't think you really need to. You can always shuffle stuff back with Lubellion. So I think Albion at 2 is okay. And then double Mirror Jade, 1 Chimera, double Lubellion, 1 Titaniclide, 1 Abyss Dragon, 1 of the Mysterions, double Dragostapelia, and 1 Garura. The extra deck honestly probably does need some work, I'm not gonna lie. There's just, I don't know, 2 monsters of the same original type and attribute. Like, you can use this with any of your dragons, any of your dark dragons, like your Bystials and stuff like that. And then you can like put it in grave, whatever, and make Garura with it. Not Garura. You can make Dragostapelia with it and then get a draw. So it's decent. I don't know. Garura hasn't come up too much to be honest with you. So the extra deck probably does need some work. But anyway, on that note, if you guys have any ideas for my extra deck, something I should throw in there, whatever, or even the main deck, definitely let me know down there in the comment section below. I'm always working on this deck, like trying to make it better. So if you guys have any ideas of what you guys should think should be in the deck, definitely let me know. But I think this list is definitely pretty solid. I've been having a lot of fun playing this deck, so hopefully you guys do too. I'm out. Peace.